Guys, look what came through our mail. I can't keep my cool. The reason for my excitement is obvious, like it's on the thumbnail. I can't keep quiet though. When you reach your turn, they act mature. Yes. Our son Ifechukwu is now a British citizen. Clock it. My son is officially a British citizen, guys. I applied all by myself for him, and it took me literally 6 weeks to get this certificate from the Home Office. Yay! By the way, he didn't have any previous passports, no Nigerian passports, yeah, but we still applied. So I will tell you what we used and how we got it in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. Hello, if you're a registered nurse and you're interested in migrating to the United States of America or to the United Kingdom to practice, then move closer. I've got great news for you. My name is Nurse MJ and I'm a registered nurse from Nigeria, currently practicing in the United Kingdom as a Band 7 theatre manager. I am also licensed to practice in the United States of America, and based on my experience and the frequently asked questions that I have gotten from internationally educated nurses who have consulted with me in the past, I have put together these two amazing guides: the USRN Comprehensive Guide and the UKRN Comprehensive Guide, to guide you into successfully becoming registered nurses in these two countries. These guides are available to purchase on my website, proudnursemj.com. As an experienced nurse coach, I also provide one-on-one coaching sessions for either relocation or career coaching. To purchase all of these services, kindly visit my website, www.proudnursemj.com. I look forward to helping you on this journey. I wish you all the best. Cheers. Bye. Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Nurse MJ and I'm a registered nurse from Nigeria who is currently practicing in the United Kingdom. I am also licensed to practice in the United States of America. Yeah, I create and I share nursing, migration, living in the UK, lifestyle, motherhood, and other useful updates with you on this channel. We are on our journey to United States of America. I've shared a whole lot of videos regarding that, so if you want to follow our journey from the UK to USA, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and turn our notification bell on so you get notified whenever I share new video. So guys, in this video I'll be sharing with you the different ways your child can become a British citizen. One, before and after ILR, that's the indefinite leave to remain. I'll be sharing the official website application link with you, the essential documents that you need to apply online, and the ones you need to take to the appointment. Guys, I also applied for my son's citizenship without him having any previous passport. So in this video I'm gonna share with you what we used, not like it was very essential, but we just added it as a supporting document, so and how you can get it if you're in the UK. Share the cost of applying for the citizenship, applying for your passport will come after. So in my next video I'll be sharing this one so as not to make this video too long. I'll also be sharing with you how to book your biometrics appointment, any other useful information, so make sure you stay tuned, do not skip this video. So let's get started. If you're a parent living in the United Kingdom with ILR or settlement, you would want your child to have full rights as a UK citizen. Travel, education, work rights, access to services, access to benefits. So story time. So July 2024 made it my 5th year in the United Kingdom as a registered nurse / skilled worker. I got my indefinite leave to remain last year September. Yeah, and that's because I came in exactly July 2019 but I did not apply for my ILR on time, partly because of cost, yeah, and because I wasn't so much in a hurry. I still had some time. I recently renewed my visa, so I wasn't so much in a hurry. So eventually I applied in September. I applied in, I think, August. I got it in September, and I also shared a video of it on my channel, so if you're interested, you can go and check it. I went for my biometrics very much later, so eventually it came in. It means September 2025 is when I can apply for my citizenship. So currently the rule is, or the criteria is, once you get your indefinite leave to remain, 1 year after that you get to apply for your citizenship. Instead of applying for mine first, with my citizenship first, I applied for my son's citizenship. I just thought, let me do my son's own first. I'm super excited and grateful to God for this opportunity I've been able to give to my beautiful son. It's a privilege, honestly. It's been a very long way coming. This just makes it all worth it. That decision that I took in 2019, leave my home, to leave my comfort zone and come to the United Kingdom, has led to this. Stepping out on this day with my husband, and we just found the brown envelope on the floor, and I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I made the application about 6 weeks, right? And I didn't get any notification at all in the email that it was on the way or something. And we just found an envelope on the floor. We were not sure. I'm like, what happened? And I saw the name in from, like, Ifechuku, our son's name. I'm like, is he from NHS? Does he have an appointment? Then we opened it, and it was a citizenship certificate. In the United Kingdom, there is no citizenship by birth, and I'm going to explain that phrase, okay? Because some people might get confused. So let's talk about birth before indefinite leave to remain. Yeah, if your child was born in the United Kingdom before you as a parent were granted settled status or indefinite leave to remain, you will need to register them for British citizenship first. And you guys remember that I said that we gave birth to Ifechuku last year, which was way before I got my indefinite leave to remain in September, right? So it means that Ifechuku came before I got my settlement status. On the other hand, if it is birth after indefinite leave to remain or settlement status, you can apply straight up for your child British passport, because they are automatically British citizen. My son Ifechuku was born before I got indefinite leave to remain, which means that I need to apply for his citizenship and his British passport. We also don't need a ceremony, right? Because usually for adults, you will need to attend the ceremony, get a certificate at the ceremony, and then apply for passports. For my child, because it's a child, yeah, it doesn't need to attend any ceremony because he's under 18. The child turns 18 during the application process, they will need to attend the ceremony, and I think they will pay an extra 130. The cost for the British application itself for my son, it was 1,214 pounds. Biometrics appointment was completely free with TLS contact. We didn't pay nothing. An interesting fact that I want you to be aware of is that you can apply for your British citizenship application fee waiver. Yeah, I tried that, but it didn't work because I couldn't prove enough that I can afford to pay it. Because I'm working full time, so there was no proof that I can afford to pay it. So if you can prove that you cannot afford to pay for it, especially if you're already on certain benefit like universal credit or house, you're living in council house and all of those, like housing benefits, then you're most likely going to get the fee waiver, so you don't need to pay that huge amount. Okay, so the relevant links for you to make this application will be under this video's description, so that it makes it easier for you to apply. How to apply for the British citizenship for a child that was given birth to after the parent or one of the parents got ILR. I'll basically be telling you how I applied for Ifechuku's citizenship, how I did my child's application. And because one of the parents, which is me, have my indefinite leave to remain, I gave birth to him before I had it, so I need to apply for his British citizenship. He doesn't automatically become a British citizen. So I'm going to give you the step-by-step guide on how I applied, how I did it. Number one is you will need 2 referees. Okay, that's the first step I want you to take. Okay, because this step can significantly delay things for you and it could speed things up, which is something that I didn't have anyone to tell me. Everyone had just been saying you need referee, but I didn't realize that it could delay, like it could delay a lot, and I didn't realize that I could make it faster. You will need 2 referees for a child. Yeah, 1 referee needs to be a citizen. Doesn't have to be a professional, it could be anyone, but they need to be a citizen. They must know the family, at least know if it's cool, know your child, and they have to be happy to be your referee, obviously. Okay, so one must be a citizen, the other one must be a professional. So a professional like a nurse, like a pastor. For children, they will recommend their nursery, maybe their nursery teacher or their carer or their health visitor, you know, must be a professional. It could even be the doctor, their GP. Okay, they can be your referee, but they don't have to be citizen. So remember that the first one have to be citizen, but they don't have to be professional. But the other one must be a professional, but they don't have to be a citizen. Making sure that you get this referee, their details available. The reference form that you will give the referees, you will be able to download it at the end of your application. You save it up and you print it out for the referees, or you send it to them online, whichever way you want to do it, as long as it gets built and completed. And you would also need to provide your child's passport, that's passport photograph, British citizenship application standard, I'll say, right? Passport photograph for them. For this one, you don't have to take them for photo booth or something, because you might just go and waste money and stress yourself. You can just take their picture in the house, depending on their age. You can take it on the bed, or you can take it standing. Make sure it's a clear background, there's no shadow, and you know their main features are showing. They can smile, they can do anything. As a child, it will be pardoned. Okay, all you need a passport for is for the referees to say, oh, this is the person that you need to attach it to the form. So they say, oh, this is the person that you're providing reference for. They confirm the name and the date of birth, and they're happy. You will be scanning this. If it's not online, you scan it and attach it to your application. So this is the first thing you want to sort out. Now remember that I said that Ifechukwu did not have any international passport at all, no Nigerian passport, nothing. So he had no travel document or ID that we could use aside his birth certificate, right? So in the application itself, what they will ask, they will say, oh, you need to have a means of ID, It was given birth here in the United Kingdom. Okay, he's never had any reason to travel. Okay, these are the kind of information that you'll be providing, okay, which we will get to soon. But an additional, of course, as a parent, and it's the first time, I'm trying to just make sure that I do everything right. An additional supporting document that we did for him and provided was getting, as a Nigerian, was getting NIN, National Identity Number, right? And on that NIN slip, his picture is there, which is a form of ID, right? So this was what we got. Depending on where you stay, you can just go on Google and search for NIN centers. That to be NIMC centers in UK, okay, or depending on wherever location you are, you should be able to access. So this was what we provided, just like a supporting document, not like they asked for it. Okay, by the time we got to the appointment, the only thing they asked was the birth certificate. They didn't even take the NIN or whatever from us, but I uploaded it, sha. So you're going to inform your referees about the ongoing application, get all their information. So that's the first step. I just diverted to also mention the ID that you could also work on getting, okay, while you're getting your referees details. So what are the details that you need to get from the referee? So you're going to need their full name as it is on their passport, on their international passport. You're going to get their UK home address, full home address with postcode, address that they have lived in the past 3 years. That's what they usually ask. You get their passport number, okay. You're also going to need their phone number, their mobile number or telephone number, and you need to get what they do. Obviously you will know that, okay, if they're a pastor, you will know. If they're a teacher or his teacher, you know, right? So you need to get what they do and how you know them, okay? and always keep it simple, keep it neat. Okay, like for instance, for Ifechuku, the citizen was one of our family friends, and she is sort of also like she's a professional though, but it doesn't have to be a professional. She's sort of like Ifechuku's godmother as well, and we sometimes go for family occasions together, or so that sort of information is enough. Okay, or maybe you attend some vocational event, like maybe it goes to the pool, nursery, and all of those things together. So have this information handy, ready before you even start. So step number 2 is start your application. So if you're with ILR, or depending on your status, right, you're going to use the link below. I've provided the link for you. So depending on your status, maybe ILR or your settlement status, you use this link below. So you'll be applying like it is your child applying. So all the information will be about them, except of course the email address that you will use to register. Your child, except you created email for your child, just use email address that you have access to, you actively use. You can monitor it, because that's where they'll be sending a lot of information to, and also like a link that you will use to go back to your application in case you don't finish it at one sitting. So guys, let me walk you through the application process using the link that I have provided in this video's description for you. We are applying for British citizenship for a child that was born in the UK and is under 18. Majority of this information we already talked about, which says you can register to become a British citizen if one of your parents consider the UK as their home and did any of the following after you were born. 1. Became a British citizen. 2. Got indefinite leave to remain in the UK. 3. Got settled status, also known as indefinite leave to remain under the EU settlement scheme. Got indefinite leave to enter the UK. Got permanent resident status. You must have been born in the UK and be under 18 when you apply. And we already talked about the fees, which cost around 1,214 to apply. And we also mentioned that if you turn 18 during the application process, you'll need to pay £130 for British ceremony. Remember, I also mentioned you can get a waiver. So we're going to start the application. The first question they will be asking you is where you're making your application from. And if you're from outside, well, yeah, but obviously Fichuku is from the UK, so we select yes. Be very careful here, because you won't be able to change this after you've submitted the application. Once you select that link, it's gonna bring you to your application, and all of this information here does not apply to us. You also remember the first step we mentioned, which is you getting 2 referees who can endorse your child before you even start your application, so there's no point going through this again. So once we understand all the information above, we click on apply now and start the main application. And obviously you need to register an email address like I mentioned earlier, and please make sure that this email address is valid and can be monitored. And I'll use my email address as an example, okay, just so you have a feel of what the start of the application looks like. Once you have filled that part, a verification email will be sent to your email, which you need to verify that the email address is correct. And then you're going to mention who the email belongs to. Remember, I said you are applying as if it is your child applying, which means you'll be selecting what? Yes, the applicant. There are questions like immigration advisor. If you have one, you also answer. We don't have one. If you have one, you can say yes, but we don't have one, so I put a no. So a summary of what you have completed so far will appear, and then you click on continue if you're happy with it. Then you start answering questions about the applicant. So you'll be asked to select the category that you're applying under. So the question is, you are a child under 18 and 1, you were born in the UK. 2, you were born outside the UK. So you select born in the UK if born in the UK. Fichuku, born in the UK. And then born in the UK, then one or both parents are settled in the UK. One or both parents has become a citizen. One or both parents is applying for the citizenship. One or both parents has joined the UK Armed Forces and you were born on or after 13 January 2010.
you were born before 1st July 2006 to a British or settled father and your parents were not married, or others. Others will be at the discretion of the Home Secretary. And obviously for Ifechuku, we are going for the first option, which is the mother. One of the parents who is the mother has a settled status in the UK. Then we'll move to the next question, which is registered child as British citizen. Either of the parents of the child, as stated in this application, applying for naturalization as a British citizen on an AN form. I don't even know what that is, so I believe that's a no. So we save and continue. This next question says, settled status in UK. Have you had settlement in the UK? This is also a no for Ifechuku because he was born in the UK. We didn't have to apply for any settlement status for him. We're just straightforward applying for British citizenship. So for this part of the form, you'll be entering your child's name as it is on their birth certificate. Make sure it is correct. So you're going to complete your child's full name as it is on their birth certificate. And if they've been known by any other name, you also provide that. Then you'll provide your postal address and the address that you have lived in recent times. So you'll provide details of where you live, when you started living at the address, your sex as is shown in your passport, travel document or birth certificate, your relationship status, country of nationality, country of birth, and you can see the answers up there. Please do not forget that all this information are information about your child, including that relationship status. Is your child that you're asking all of this, okay? So you're going to provide place of birth, date of birth. They'll ask if you can provide a valid passport, and obviously you can say that it's a no. Remember, I mentioned, if you watch this video from the beginning, you remember I mentioned that he doesn't have a passport, and the reason is because of he has never had a passport. For example, because he was born in the UK, and it says, do you have a biometric residency permit? That's also a no. Do you have a valid national identity card? It doesn't have one, which is also a no. Now, they will need you to explain why you are unable to provide a valid form of identification. And here is what I have written for my child. I said, my name is Ifechuku. Remember that this is him applying. I was born in the United Kingdom on so date. Before my mother gained a settlement status, I've never traveled out of the United Kingdom or had any reason to visit any place, which is a major reason why I do not have a travel document or passport. However, I have my UK birth certificate and I'm happy to attach this to this application. Mother is currently a permanent resident with settlement status in the United Kingdom. And then the next question is, are you currently hold or have you ever held any other nationality or citizenship? It's a no. Although we the parents are Nigerians, but that doesn't translate to him being Nigerian. Then up next, you provide address where you have lived at for the past 5 years. The next question will be about your national insurance number, which you obviously doesn't have. You'll be asked to provide your telephone number. So you, as the mother of the applicant or who is making the application for your child, can put your number. Where do you use this phone? You mention it. And then we're going to go to the parent or legal guardian details. So which parent or legal guardian would you like to add details about? So I added a mother because I am the one with the settlement status and this is my biological parent. More questions about the mom, which is me, date of birth, time of birth, country of birth, and does your parent or legal guardian share your address, telephone number and email? Yes. So obviously you'll be required to provide details about both parents, and they will ask about our nationality and the dates that the legal parent became settled in the United Kingdom. Information about the mother's marital status would also be asked. Another very important question that I wanted to make sure that you answer correctly is where you currently live, where you'll be living if this application is successful, and are you relying on parents' permanent residence either as an EEA national or the family member of an EEA national as evidence of their settled status in the United Kingdom, which is a yes. Can you provide a document to clarify or to certify your parents' permanent residence? Yes. And then you then provide referee details next, which I won't really dwell on because we already talked about it. So here is our first referee number 1, who is a citizen. Remember I said doesn't have to be a professional but must be a citizen. And I told you to keep, how does a referee know the applicants? Very simple. I've written mother, professional, colleague, Ifechuku, godmother, and friend of the family. Keep it simple. Don't need to be extra. So you would have a further chance to explain or give additional information that you want them to consider while they're looking at your application. So I said Ifechuku was born in the United Kingdom on so date at this place, and he has never left the United Kingdom or visited any country outside the UK. This is the major reason why it does not currently hold any travel document or passport. Will provide his birth certificate to support the application. Simple. So for the responsible adult for biometrics, I've made myself the responsible adult because I just felt like since I'm already linked to the application, is getting the citizenship because I have a settled status. So why not? So I'll need to provide all of my details as well. So finally, the documents that you provide for this application depends on the sort of questions and answers that you've provided during the application. So we need to provide proof that me and my husband, we are the parent, we hold parental responsibility for Ifechuku, our son. Okay? In order to prove that, we'll be using the birth certificate, which has the names of both parents. And you'll also be able to download the form, like a consent form for both parents or legal guardians that we both need to sign, which is also part of the proof. And remember that we mentioned that we apply for this citizenship because one of the parents, which is me, has the settlement status. So the proof of that is going to be my BRP or a letter from the Home Office, an endorsement on my passport, or any document certifying permanent residence. In my own case, I use the BRP and the notification that I got when my ILR was successful. And we're also going to provide a letter of consent. Remember, I did mention that. So the two of us will have to sign this letter of consent. You can do it electronically. You don't even need to print it, which you then, that is just saying that you agree for them to apply for this citizenship. You must both fill and sign this consent form. And if you have more than one parent or legal guardian, all of them must fill and sign the letter that they agree for the British citizenship application. We also need to provide our marriage certificate. We need to provide the 2 referee declaration for him. So once the referees have signed and filled the form, you just need to scan this and upload it with your documents, or if you sent it to them electronically, just make sure you upload it. And we also need to attach his birth certificate that is showing the details of both parents on it. It must not be missing. The last part here is if Mr. Ifechuku Korea has a passport, then we need to provide it. But if he doesn't have it, then we need to provide an alternative. So you must provide another officially issued identity document, and this could include an official travel document or national ID card. Remember, it doesn't have any of this, so we use the birth certificate, and I told us to get the national identity number, which we also got, which was what we provided as a supporting document in the application.
Print out your document checklist so that it can guide you on the things that you need to upload, and then download your application as well. So step 3 is then for you to book your biometrics, which is really simple. Once you have completed your application online and you have made payment, you're able to access the TLS contact and be able to schedule and book your biometrics appointment. For the biometrics appointment, the registered parent, the one with the ILR, the one that made the application, the named one, is the one that will be allowed inside. Okay, you're the one that will go with your child, so that you go with your own international passport. And if your child has an international passport, make sure you go with it. If your child does not, like Ifechuku, you will need to go with the original copy of the birth certificate. If you don't have this birth certificate, they'll not attend to you. Guys, I didn't know. I only went with my own passport. I didn't know that even though I have uploaded all the documents online, because I did self-upload, I didn't know that I still needed to go with his birth certificate, original one, because they will scan it on their own system. So guys, we had to go back home. Traveled like an hour to Leicester, and then we took it back. So please make sure that you go with the birth certificate if you don't have any other means of identification. If you want your appointment to be quick, select self-service. Self-service is simply you uploading documents yourself on your application on TLS. It's very easy to do. It's very explanatory. It's direct. It's free. You don't need to pay anybody. Okay, and you can do this way before your appointment date. And the experience on the appointment date was very quick for us. We just literally went in and out. We used less than 30 minutes at this appointment. Like, the experience was really cool. We didn't have to, because we had uploaded things, we didn't have to start doing any upload. It was just quick in and out. They took Ipechuku's picture. They didn't take his fingerprint because it was still really small. I think if it's less than 5, they don't need to do thumbprinting, but they took his picture. So I just put him on a chair and they took his picture. Once you're done with your biometrics, they will notify you within 2 days that your documents have been passed to UKVI. So you get an email that has been passed to UKVI and they will start the process, and then the wait begins. Ifechuku's British citizenship certificate was posted to us within 6 weeks of applying. This is not the envelope it came in. I've removed the envelope, but this is it. There's one other thing I want to, obviously I can't show you everything, right? So there's one other thing that I wanted to mention to you. When you get the British citizenship certificate for your child, when they get it delivered, there's certain information that you need to check and make sure that they are correct. So you check all the information, like his name, his full name is exactly the way it is on his birth certificate, and make sure they also include the place of birth and the country of birth. All this information are going to be required when you're applying for the passport. Okay, and if you later find out that, or maybe the information on the citizenship certificate are incomplete or incorrect, don't panic at all. It's very easy to do. You simply go back to gov.uk and you search for form RR, and then you fill this form RR and attach the original document of the ID, like your child's birth certificate. Attach it to it with the certificate of citizenship itself. Take it and you post it to the address that you can find on the form RR to UKVI for them to correct it. Okay, so it's really, the form is very easy and direct to fill. Step number 4, of course, is for you to apply for the British passport, which I'm not going to be talking about in this video because this video is going to be too extensive. So in my next video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to apply for the British passport and how much you're going to pay, how long it takes for you to actually receive it. So we are receiving congratulations in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you're here to subscribe, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn the notification bell on to see more of us, and make sure you binge watch all our previous videos. And you can also support this channel by hyping this video, liking this video, sending many thanks. You know, there's a whole lot of ways that you can support this channel. See you in my next video. Love you. Bye.